Yo! Oh my gosh, that sounded terrible. Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruiser Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is still Thursday on the West Coast. So the streak is still alive, fuckers. So, so welcome to the Cruiser Podcast, where you can find the Cruiser Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, also on Spotify, also anywhere, also on YouTube, anywhere you can find your podcast needs is where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the Cruising Podcast or latest updates of the Cruising Podcast is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Yeah, buddy. Listen, all right, man. Like, this is getting all right. Before I get into what I'm really the meat of the episode, um, look, I know that boxing has been down for the past like 10 years ish. Since Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin stepped into that ring for the tough finale. That's how long boxing really has seen this downslide. I understand there are great boxers out there like Canelo Alvarez. Also, fuck the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. There are great boxers out there right now. But the ones that we were talking about the most, and Floyd Mayweather, sorry, also Floyd Mayweather. But the one that I keep seeing over and over and over again, and they keep trying to say he's a fucking boxer, and the shit's getting stupid now, is Jake fucking Paul. Apparently today, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul had a face-off type deal. You know, y'all know how they do boxing. You know, they do a face-off before the fight. You know, they talk shit to each other, do this, that, try to build up publicity for a fight that literally no one should fucking pay for. But people will pay for it because it's Logan Paul. And also a lot of people want to see Floyd Mayweather either beat the shit out of Logan Paul or Logan Paul somehow catch the upset of the 49-0 Floyd Mayweather. Either way, this fight's not really going to be sanctioned. It's just a boxing. It's just really an exhibition fight. Floyd's really not going to take the shit seriously. We already know this for a fact. We already seen it with the Tension. Like Tension was one of the best kickboxers in Japan. No, in the world, really, at his weight class. And Floyd made it look like he was playing with him. That's the most I've ever seen Floyd Mayweather smile in my fucking life while fighting in boxing. So if he really takes this fight seriously, I'll be completely surprised. But I think this Jake Paul situation where he's doing YouTube shit, like the YouTube celebrity shits that they be doing, like the little pranks and took your hat. That all you're trying to do is drum up. Really, all you're trying to do is drum up publicity. He's trying to get a fight with everyone. He's trying to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather. Call Al Heyman. Hey, dumbass. Floyd Mayweather's been promoting his own fights for I don't know how long. He has there's a reason why him and Al Heyman don't like each other. They've been doing it by himself for so long. You think you know the boxing world by now if you're supposedly a fucking great boxer, as in some of these experts have been saying. Yeah, I've been saying, yeah, I'll fucking go after him. You're not a fucking expert if you're saying that Jake Paul's a good fighter. You're not. Sorry. I won't say it at all. I think somebody like Dylan Dennis might be a better fight for him for real. Like, he needs to fight somebody that will literally train for him for me to actually respect him as a boxer. Somebody that will actually go in a full fight training camp and fucking just watch tape on Jake Paul, what they have seen so far, and actually be ready with a game plan and not just run and try to bum rush. I would love to see that. And a lot of you are like eating this fucking cake and it's getting annoying, yo. Because it's disrespectful to the real boxers, to guys that really put their lives on the line, that really put their blood, sweat, and tears on the line. Like he's really spitting in the face of Muhammad Ali and fucking Joe Frazier and Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano, James Broderick, and people like that work to the bone to fight in this gladiator sport, and he's really reduced it to a fucking sideshow. That's how I feel about this. It's a sideshow. This is why Dana White and UFC have been so fucking successful, is that he doesn't do the freak show fights. There's only been one real freak show fight, and that was James Toney versus Randy Couture. That was it. That's the only time he's ever done that. The other time he's done it is in a boxing fight with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. So that's where I'm at with boxing now. It feels like it's a sideshow act that no one is like. If you think this is fun to watch, then you don't respect boxing, in my opinion. These aren't good fights at all. These people look like they've never trained a day in their life to box. They trained to like maybe do a street fight, maybe MMA, but boxing, there's a reason why it's called the sweet science. So I have a really big problem watching this shit go on. I think it's fucking terrible, man. It's the worst thing boxing could have right now, in my opinion. They're like, oh, well, who would have thought a YouTuber bring boxing back? No, he's not bringing boxing back. He's bringing YouTube more money. So, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, apparently, experts don't even fucking know what they're talking about, but boxing's dead. This is it. Like, once Canelo like says I'm done, and once the three heavyweights say they're done, that's the death of boxing. Truly, there are great fighters coming up, and no disrespect to any of them, but this shit is more popular than them. Boxing's dead. If Canelo somehow loses, boxing's definitely dead. If Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua go out and literally lay an egg in front of probably millions, tens of millions of people, that can kill boxing. Mexicans love boxing, and Canelo's the number one brand. If somehow he loses or somehow he just leaves, I heard it talking about a third fight with Golovkin. You should have been did that. That fight was like 10 years ago. Why the fuck did you not fight Triple G right then and there? Why didn't he get a immediate rematch? Was it, I don't know what the sides were. I don't know the situation, but why didn't the immediate rematch not happen? Seeing that the first fight, in my opinion, and I know everybody's like, well, it was a draw. But listen, I think Triple G won the first fight. I think Canelo straight up dominated the second fight. I think the third fight is now useless because Triple G is like 90 and Canelo is still in his prime. Why would you fight that? Why would that be a fight? You should have did it at the height of Triple G, and where that height it was going for Canelo. Even though he was already up there, the third fight should have already happened like years ago. So I'm at this point now where it's like boxing kind of cannibalized itself. Like Floyd waiting for Manny to, get a little bit more tired, get a little bit more older. After that Marquez knockout, all right, yeah, I can fight Manny now. Like, now, was it smart on Floyd's part? Of course it was smart on Floyd's part. But does it cannibalize? Does it ruin it kept boxing at a red light because we were waiting for that fight. Now, where it went back up was Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. That's where we were at. That was a height because whenever there's a great American heavyweight champion, that's when boxing is at its highest. Once Deontay Wilder lost, now the next big thing is two Brits fighting each other, hopefully in like Wembley Stadium or some crazy shit like that. That's where they have to fight that fight. And it better pay off, because if it doesn't, that's how you know it's over for boxing. For something that's been around since ever. Foreverdom, boxing has been around. So the problem I have is that guys that are literally dipping their toe into this thing is they're ruining it. They're ruining the experience when I was a kid watching boxing. They ruined it. So I don't know, man. At this point, I'm not. I'm definitely not going to pay for that fucking fight. That's not that Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Why the fuck would I pay for that? Why would you pay for that? Don't spend your money on something else. Take your lady out on a date, or take your significant other out on a date, because that's a waste of fucking money. Go buy whatever expensive jewelry for whatever your side chick. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Don't spend your money on that fucking fight. Please don't spend your money on that fight. That's how we're gonna not see these dumbass shits anymore. But we're gonna still have like 10 million pay-per-view buys because of YouTube fans and fucking because of Floyd Mayweather fans and people that hate Floyd Mayweather and want to see Floyd Mayweather lose, so they're gonna pay for it, or want to watch Logan Paul lose, so they're gonna pay for it too. No matter what, they're gonna make some fucking bank off of this, and we're gonna have to see one of these other fights again. So, I guess we're stuck with this shit for right now. And they're gonna be like, "Whoa, did y'all see this?" Yeah, but what about everyone else? You fucked everyone else in the situation. Like, we're watching you fight, and this isn't even a real fight. And people are paying for this shit. That's the only way you're getting Floyd Mayweather out, is if there's going to be massive amounts of money being paid towards him. So, I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of this shit, man. I'm maybe I'm the only one, but I'm not a fan of this bullshit. This isn't real boxing to me. Like, this isn't real. I don't like it. This is like when they were trying to say T.O. could have played in the NBA. No, he could not. You can get away with some of those dunks in the celebrity all-star game, but if he goes to the NBA, he's like literally the shortest one out there. He looks like a small forward on a celebrity game. Cool. But when you actually go into the NBA, now you're the shortest person probably on the team. Like, this is a step up. This is a huge step up for Logan Paul to fight literally a GOAT. I really don't see I don't see the purpose in this shit. I really don't, except for money. And that's why boxing is dead on arrival. So, all right, going. Also, I think it was June 10th. We see Clarissa Shields finally step into the MMA realm with the PFL. I'm fucking hyped about this, yo. I'm hyped about it because she took the proper measures to be ready for MMA fights, as in she's going to probably the master of MMA, and fucking it, that was the smartest thing she could have did. You're wrestling with John Jones, you're kickboxing with Holly Holmes. There's just monsters all over that place in Arizona, and he's literally one of the best. That's the best people you can learn from. Was it Greg Wrinklejohn and fuck, man. I should not be this fucking tired. Jackson, shit, man, that's what it is, Jackson. So you're learning from Greg Jackson. Probably fucked it up, but you're learning from these masters. Like, there's a few coaches that she could have went to, but these, like, they're the best, and how many champions have come from there. So that's why this is pretty amazing on her part, that she took it and she said, look, man, I want to learn from the best. If the best come out to me and ask me, do I want to learn how to do MMA? Cool. She's already a great boxer. So if it stays standing up, people are pretty fucked. And she has fast hands with those big ass gloves on. Think about her with just those little ass gloves. Whoo! And she got power. Whoo! Motherfuckers better be careful, man. They better be careful. She's gonna be really good, especially with learning how to do it from the ground up from some of the best in the world. Former champions. One of them is a GOAT right now, John Jones. So I'm kind of hyped to see this fight, man. I really hope she has a successful MMA career as she has for boxing. So I'm hyped about it. It's not like James Toney going in there and thinking, well, Randy can only wrestle, and Randy's going to do what Randy does best and wrestle you and beat the shit out of you on the ground. And you don't know how to defend that. She's learning how to defend all that shit from the best. So I think it's going to be great to watch. I can't wait to see it. June 10th on ESPN for the PFL. I'm excited. Yay! Okay, that was whack. Don't ever do that again, Andrew. Don't ever do it again. All right. So I think it's becoming a trend down watching violent shit. It's not a listen. I'm not one of those like studies where they're gonna be like, well, when you watch violence and do violent things, you tend to do violent shit. No, dude, I'm watching violent shit because that's what's there right now. like for take whatever for yeah, Mortal Kombat came out a couple weeks ago. I haven't talked about it yet, but I can't. But now I'm going to talk about it now. Mortal Kombat came out a couple weeks ago. I was excited to watch this one. I thought I was sitting here like this is going to be the best adaptation that we have since Mortal Kombat Legacies. Now, if you ever seen Mortal Kombat Legacies, it's like short episodes. Like they're like 7 to like 15 minutes each episode. I think it's like 6 or 7 of them, and it's like everybody's origin story. And it's actually very, 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 very well done. And like actors that you guys know now, like they were up and coming at the time. Like Jax was played by Michael Jai White. What wasn't really up and coming at this time. We already knew who the fuck he was. But they, there's some up and coming actors and actresses that I cannot fucking remember at this point. But they did a very good job at depicting an origin story for most of the cast that we know so far. Most of the Mortal Kombat roster, like Sonya Blade, Jax, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, things, people like that, they had their own story. Johnny Cage, they had their own stories like that. And it was on YouTube. Last time I remember, they were on YouTube. Like I want to say the longest episode that I remember is maybe 15 minutes. Not even that long, probably. I might be even wrong with that. But I remember they were supposed to come out with a Street Fighter one, and they never came out with it, and it broke my fucking heart. I was hyped because I ran through those Mortal Kombat ones. But all right, let's do this. So Mortal Kombat introduced a new character, Cole Young, who is a descendant. Oh, spoiler in 3, 2, 1. Who is a descendant? Man, fuck it. It's been a couple weeks. So, who is a descendant of Scorpion? Hachitori Hanzo? Fucked it up, probably. I don't know. I forget. But I know Bihan. First of all, the first 7 minutes were shown online. I did not watch those. I refused. I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Everybody kept talking about the hype of it too. They were like, yo, the first 7 minutes, though? If the rest of the movie's like this? I thought this. What I thought we were going to get was a Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge type deal. Now, once again, I know I'll keep saying this, but if you haven't yet, there is a cartoon movie of Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. I implore you to go watch that. It's a WB animation, so you know that shit's fire. And it's very fucking violent. Very violent. And it was actually very well done. It's like I said, this shit's fucking amazing. But Mortal Kombat, it's not a bad video game movie. It wasn't a bad adaptation. Now, did everybody getting their powers was kind of weak? I think it was kind of whack. I think Cole's was the wackest out of all of them. All he really did was get gold armor and fucking batons on his arm. Like it was so. What the fuck was that? I was so mad. I was like, this boy looked like he wearing a fucking wicker basket on his chest. Like, what the fuck is this? And they were like, yeah, well, it's golden armor. Why? Why did we do this? You can do something better with this shit? This is terrible. Oh, but I do have to say, Kung Lao, best fucking fatality out of all of them. When he caught old girl out of the fucking air and surfed her into his hat that was spinning on the ground, whoo! That shit was fucking amazing. And then he split her in half, and that shit was even fucking better. I think this is bad. I should probably stop watching violent shit. But I'm watching Preacher right now, which is ultra fucking violent. So I guess I don't know. I watch comedy afterwards. Is that good? I don't know. Somebody hit me up. But I think the dude that plays Shane Song, I once again, I don't do names. I'm just gonna tell you Shane Song. I know Shane Song. I think he was a terrible Shane Song. I wish they brought back the one from the originals. That's probably the only person from the original cast that I can really fuck with was him. He was the best. Your soul is mine. Like it made me believe that possibly through the screen he can take my fucking soul. This one made me feel like I can whoop his ass if I really thought about it really hard. Like Kung Lao probably could have whooped his ass easily if he didn't have the soul taking powers. Like he literally took this man's soul. But in my opinion, and this is my heart of hearts, it was a very good movie for what it was supposed to be, especially when it was all the production was done during COVID time. So there's a reason why we didn't have a tournament. That literally is the reason. Um, Also, you know, they didn't have. I think the tournament's actually going to happen next time. Next movie sequel, whatever. Fuck. Um, the Johnny Cage aspect, they're making him seem like he's like that dude. Let's be real. Johnny Cage is the first one out of the main group that normally gets fucking killed. This one time it's Kung Lao, but normally it's Johnny Cage getting murked by fucking Shao Kahn. Let's be real. That's normally what the fuck happens. But what and but they're making him sound like he's supposed to be this big dude and this big like badass. And okay, cool. And they're talking about the Miz being Johnny Cage. Why? Does he really fit? I mean, I know he has the charisma. I know he has the like he can shit talk with the best of them. I like the original Johnny Cage. He made me believe that he was an asshole that can whoop some ass. Those $500 classes, asshole. Like, fucking hilarious. Yeah, but I am excited for the second one because the actions that like this fight choreography was very well done. The last fight between Scorpion and Sub Zero was very well done. I liked every part of this fight. My question is, why the fuck did he have to continue to take off his mask each and every time he talked or anything? Like I felt like he was talking with the mask on fine. Why did he keep taking off the mask? Like, okay, this is what's going on. Like, I feel like, you know, why did we need that? And then all of a sudden he can speak English when he says get over here. Hey, look, listen, he's from the 1600s of feudal Japan, and somehow the two words that he can say is get over here. You know, get over here. 3 words. Okay, there's 3 words. Sorry, it was math in this 130. So the only 3 words you can say in English is get over here. I guess. I guess that's how that works. It was ultra violent though, and that was definitely a very good part of this movie. Like they did sell us on a lot of fatalities, and yeah, I think this. I think the only person that was real that they were fighting was Kano, who, by the way, stole the fucking show. He was the best adaptation of Kano that we've ever had. Period. He was the best. That dude was funny as shit. All right, let's be real. He was fucking hilarious. And what's his? I think it's something Larson. I know his last name was Larson, but there's like memes going out like, uh, what's his, something Larson, um, is injured because he had to carry the whole movie on his back. Like back hurts so bad because he had whatever. So He was the best part, in my opinion. He was the funniest part. You know, every part that he had was just he stole the fucking screen, and he did a great job at it. And I think he's really the only one that might have died for real. Um, because they didn't show him coming back. Like they didn't show his soul being sucked up by Shane Song. Got a little weird, but okay. But everybody else felt like, all right, there's a chance. Well, there's not a chance. They're going to come back because Quan Chi has that power to bring people back. And I think we're going to see Quan Chi for the first time. This is going to be the first time we see Quan Chi in a live action film. Yeah, he wasn't in the first ones. So that's what I think we're going to be at for Mortal Kombat. We're going to have Quan Chi bring back people. We're going to have probably interaction between him and Scorpion in the next film. You know, because Scorpion got to come back from hell. I don't think those were real. Those were really the fighters from NetherRealm. Well, they probably were the real fighters from NetherRealm, but they were test dummies practically. Because I didn't like how they did Goro, man. They did Goro wrong, man. I feel like they made him the test dummy for Cole, you know, and to bring out his powers. I was just like, all right, so you got at least he's not Striker where he's just a cop. I guess, like literally, that's literally what Striker is. It's just a fucking cop. Like he's fighting against fucking otherworldly beings that can shoot thunder out of their eyes, and this dude he's got a baton and a gun, fighting gods. Literally, that's Mortal Kombat. Okay, that's just the way Mortal Kombat works. And the adaptation for Liu Kang, fantastic. I know everybody's like, "Well, Robin Shu was shit." Robin Shu was a great Liu Kang, but I felt more. I don't know. I just felt like he was more real. This Liu Kang was more realistic. Like he was. That's what he was. He was a shaman. He was a monk, practically training for this moment. And that's why that's why they all him and Kung Lao already knew their powers. You know, they already knew what they were going to do. So I know everybody's like, what the fuck, man? It's not called the powers. Yeah, but it wasn't called that in the games, if I remember correctly. Just whatever. They're called it's powers. That's what motherfuckers do. Yeah. Sorry. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen it. And it's kind of weird too. And it's probably my last piece for it because I wanted to talk about No Remorse, but I'll probably talk about tomorrow. As you can see, I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But completely forgot what the fuck I was saying. Wow, that's bad. That's not good. It'll come back. I think. I don't. Hopefully, who knows? But Mortal Kombat, man. Like once again, the final thought of it. I think it was very well done. I think they did a great job. I can't wait for can't wait for the sequel to this movie. They said that Joe Talisman is signed on for 4, and that's who played Sub-Zero. Also played a fantastic part in fucking Warrior. If you haven't seen Warrior yet, he's the shit. But it's weird because I've been thinking about this movie a lot. I'm like, I need to watch that again. Like I keep saying to myself, I want to watch that again. It's weird. It's like because I feel like I missed shit. I don't know. It just feels like I missed something. Like why was this there or something? I don't know. It's weird. The girl that plays Sonya actually played a very good Sonya too. Like that's how Sonya should have been played. And Macabre Brooks, aka Eggs, that's where I know him from. He was Eggs on motherfucking True Blood. So fuck off, everyone. Oh, this is where I met him. No, bitch, I met him on fucking True Blood. He was Eggs. He was Eggs. Fuck. Said people showing him in bed or naked and shit. No, that's not who he is. That's fucking Eggs. Okay, but Makai Brooks, I think he was a really good Jax. I think it's weird that when he got his powers, that it just really just rebuilt his arms into modern technology. Other than that, it was a good Jax. They need to stop retconning their fucking origin story too. Please stop doing that shit. Can we have one Jax and Sonya origin story, please? Can we have that just one fucking time so we can just just make whatever it is canon and just move on with that? They change it every fucking time, and it's so annoying. It pisses me off. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? We going to change it again? What's his name this time? Is his name John? No, his name's not Jax anymore. It's John. What the fuck? No, it's not. His name's Jax. He's the shit. He has 2 metal arms, even though he's the worst fucking Mortal Kombat character next to Stryker. Yeah, I said it. I said that shit. He's one of the worst. I don't give a fuck. Anybody got a problem with it? I don't give a shit. And Cabal. Cabal was his one-liners fucking amazing. I like that sound. Someone's getting my soul about to get taken. What the fuck? It was a good Cabal. That was a really good Cabal. Mileena. I wish she had more roles. I mean, not more roles, but I wish she had more sequences because Mileena's actually a very, very popular character in Mortal Kombat, and she's actually a central figure in NetherRealm due to her fights with Kitana. So I feel like they really underutilized Mileena in this, even though she got killed by purple fucking rings through her body, and she's about to kill Cole. Once again, Cole was the most useless fucking character ever. He was useless. He was the Invincible of fucking Mortal Kombat. Because did he win a fight? The only fight he really kind of won, if he didn't get his powers, he's practically fucked, was against Goro. And I mean, what? Like, he beat Goro because he got his powers. Okay, cool. That was good. All right. Well, whatever. You needed help. What fight did he win? Okay, this is my question. What fight where he was getting folded did he win by himself? I'll wait. His wife had to come help him the first time against fucking Goro. The second time, Mileena got her teeth out, which was a waste of fucking time because she really didn't do anything. And she bit down on his thing. He was like, yeah, can I get a little help here? Yeah. He didn't really win that fight. Sonya won that fight. So what fight did Cole actually win? What? He's a useless fucking character. Oh yeah, my bad. He also needed help with Sub-Zero, which everybody. Okay, here's my problem. Okay. In Mortal Kombat lore, Bayhan loses in the second Mortal Kombat. Second one. Bayhan loses in the second Mortal Kombat. He gets fucking folded. Here's my problem. Here's my problem. They made Sub-Zero look so fucking unstoppable. Even though in Mortal Kombat lore, that Sub-Zero gets fucked up by the original Scorpion. He just caught Scorpion off guard when they were alive, practically. This Sub-Zero Bayhan gets his ass handed to him by Scorpion the second time. He's not really a badass. He's not as unstoppable as people think. Now, maybe against other maybe against humans, because he has Cryomancer. Maybe. But he's not really that solid, yo. He's not really that solid. Like, he's a good character, but he's not really that guy. It's really the story normally centers around Liu Kang and maybe him and Scorpion. Once again, Scorpion's revenge making its own thing. So I don't know, man. I'm just well, who's going to beat him? Who's going to beat Sub-Zero? We'll fight them together. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you going to do, Cole? Let's be real. What are you going to do? Punch the ice? First of all, my question is this: well, what? Here's my question. You have literal ice picks on your fucking arms. Literal. Like these can be used. These can be used as ice picks. those things, those batons. Why the fuck didn't you use those? Why would someone just use their fucking bare hands to punch ice while two other guys are fighting right behind him? It felt like, you know what it felt like? Oh, you know what it felt like? The background shit that be happening in regular Mortal Kombat battles and in regular Mortal Kombat fights. There's usually weird shit happening sometimes in the background. That was the weird shit for Scorpion versus Sub-Zero fight. You're welcome. You're welcome. That was weird. Even though they kept going back to Cole punching ice. I don't fucking understand when he could have just I don't get it. But that's the weird shit that be happening behind the scenes on fucking more. We're here. We got it. Jax versus Reiko was like the one of the ones where they showed an actual. That is an actual arena, I guess you can call it, or stage. Sorry, that's an actual stage where if somebody gets punched off of that fucking off of that bridge, there's different ones. Like one has like little spinny things, and another one has spikes. Normally that's like a fatality and shit, but this time I guess Jax just said fuck that noise. I'm gonna thunderclap onto his head and murk him. I like these arms. All right, cool. But listen. And it did. I don't get it, yo. His character wasn't shit. He could be a good recruiter. He's like Bruce Wayne. Like that's like but not rich. He's like Nick Fury. You know, you can bring them together. He can bring them together, but it's like, all right, well, what's after that? You're not really doing anything after that. You're just a fucking recruiter. Like that's all you should be. Yeah, that's the only thing you should be. That's kind of you took Jax's spot. You know, Jax was supposed to be the recruiter type dude. There's a reason why he came to go see you fight. Okay, cool. But after that, it was like you weren't really here for anything. You first of all, you lost your MMA fight in the beginning of the fucking movie. You were getting your ass beat by Goro, but your wife started fucking throwing shit at him, and then had to distract him a little bit so you can get your Akana. And then, you know, Melina was about to bite your fucking head off. And then, you know, you just said, oh, okay. Hey, can you help me, Sonya? Cool. Throw you off and then shoot her with fucking purple thing. You start to get your ass beat by fucking Sub-Zero, but you needed great granddaddy to come and help you out from hell. And, you know, that's where that fight was. It was just his character is fucking useless. Yeah, like seriously, his character is useless. Tell me where his character was useful, and then we can all talk about it. They did my boy Lewis Tan wrong because he's fucking shit. I like Lewis Tan. That's why I can say this shit. I'm a fan of Lewis Tan, but they fucked him on this one. They fucked him. That's how I feel about it. And that's how I always feel about it. He was on the last episodes of fucking Into the Badlands too. So look, listen, man. I feel like they did my boy wrong. You know, they fucked him over. I hope that Cole learns how to fucking fight and actually wins a fight by himself. And I know I'm kind of nitpicky right now. I'm not really trying to nitpick. I'm just saying he's the worst fucking character of all time. He's almost worse than Stryker. Almost. There's like a bottom three that I have right now. He's close. I need to go back and watch a few other people's, but if he becomes a character on Mortal Kombat, probably going to not be used. It actually, probably on the new Mortal Kombat, he'll probably be OP as fuck. That's probably what the problem is. The meta is going to go towards him. And it's going to be like, yeah, well, everybody's going to fight with Cole Young. Please don't do it, because it's going to make it seem like he's OP. And then we're going to go watch Mortal Kombat again and be like, this nigga sucks. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. Cole was just like, he punched ice. Like that shit really bothers me. Like he was punching ice. Like your great granddaddy has fire and you are over here punching fucking ice, and your body is supposed to absorb things and then bring it out in power. Like you're supposed to absorb and then I just I'm going to bed. That's what it is. I gotta go to bed because this is just what the fuck, man. I just don't understand what the fuck his power was. I don't get it. Well, what was it? Protection? Like I can take a beating so bad to where the more hits I take, the more power I get with my hand, and you still kind of almost lost. And the power never came out with Melina. Anybody notice that shit? Like that didn't really work with Melina. Melina was fucking him up. It didn't come out with fucking Sub-Zero either. It only came out with Goro. Am I tripping? That's why I need to rewatch this shit. I'm gonna rewatch it and then come back for like a 5-minute overview of the rewatch and tell you guys how much Cole Young's fucking character was ass. So with that, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening to Cruising Podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I'm very, I know, I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I'm gonna start doing this in the afternoon so I can have like my energy with you guys. Not energy, but like my actual mental state being right. So I'm not fucking jumping all over the place. But today is day motherfucking 3 in a row. 3 in a row? Yeah, it's 3 in a row. Damn, I gotta do one tomorrow. Okay, so with that, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, beautiful whatever fucking beautiful time that you're having with your significant others and your family. Hopefully, you're not listening to this with kids and grandparents because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on? Who is this guy? What's his number?" Because he has a sexy voice. I like it. Thank you. But I want to say thank you guys so much for listening. Where you can find the Cruiser Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, also on Spotify, also on YouTube. Anywhere really you can find your podcast needs is where you can find the Cruiser Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates of the Cruiser Podcast is on Instagram at Cruiser Podcast. Also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. So with that, I want to say thank you guys so much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for day number motherfucking 5. Deuces. No, day 4. Day 4. I think it's day 4. I don't know. Fuck it. Deuces. Oh, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Deuces.